welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Wednesday. Barnes, Tony, and Zach. What's going on, gentlemen?
Not much, dude. Happy to be here. Nice to be back in studio, dude. Great Mets win tomorrow, the big day. Speaking of the Mets, beyond pumped, Brian. Beyond pumped.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be legendary. That is for sure. Can't wait to catch up with everybody. Getting started bright and early. You know, maybe not a Kev do 3:30, but we'll definitely be there for at least half of Rick and Dave. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude. Me too, man. I think it's going to be a sweet time, no doubt. Early, yes, but ultimately worth it, dude.
I feel like, Zach, you got to be a little jealous for going to the Mets game.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Have you been to one game this year, or how many did you go to?
Just one. I want to get back there, though, for sure. I was actually talking to my brother about it. We're trying to get back there soon. So
any specific game in mind, or?
No, not really. Honestly, I mean, really just with my schedule, what comes up. If I can go, I'll go. I'm not really like picky about the team. Yeah.
One thing that I went to one of these games so far. I want to do more that I never really did in the past. Is if it like obviously works out with the schedule, but like taking off a day and then going to like the Wednesday or Thursday day game. Basically what we're doing tomorrow, like I feel like you can't beat that because it's like just it makes everything so much easier. You're done early. You're not getting back at 1 a.m. and then getting up at 6. You know? It just makes it so much better.
No, it does.
Yeah, definitely. I think like it's the worst when you're like stuck on the train like almost 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Not even halfway there yet.
Been there. Yeah. Brutal, dude.
The worst was when me and Matt, I mean, luckily it was a Saturday, but we go to Yankee Stadium last week. And we get on the train and they're like saying, okay, and usually it was weird because usually first stop's always Stanford. They're like, oh, the New Haven train is going to be later. But they grouped Stanford with Greenwich, so it'd be the last stop, but it was a half hour earlier. So like, okay, we'll still do that. We'll get there earlier. The New Haven train that Stanford first stop passes us on the tracks. We had to wait a half hour for them to pass us. Like, why wouldn't you tell us that or just not stop in Stanford? I don't know. That was ridiculous. So
that is pretty wild.
If they had Josh B ahead of Metro North, I think it would be a little different. That's for sure. But
needless to say, a
lot of comments, including Josh B. I see is in here. But what do we got?
Let me start at the top here. Kev Dew starting us off says, let's go. We want the smoke. Mets and Yanks win. Says, Nick shit the bed with the coaching. What the fuck? Nick's doing Jets things now.
Yeah, not good.
Donna says, good morning.
Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Donna.
Josh B says, yo, what up, fam? One more day.
That's right, dude.
Let's fucking go.
Less than 24 hours.
We're already on the way to the tailgate. I'll be asking Dave about Soto.
That's right.
Right now.
Probably walking the train at this point, honestly.
But Dave, just one question.
But Dave.
Josh B says, the walk-off headline.
There we go, Josh B. You know what's up, dude. I mean, they did walk it off.
Yeah.
Walk off, dude.
Continue.
Like, you can't be happy that Max Fried's in the fucking thumbnail. You pieces of shit.
Brian Barnaby chiming in here says, win over a playoff team may be more important than a win on the bottom feeder.
God, dude.
Says,
Stop.
Dude.
Hey, Nationals are good, dude. Ahead of the Braves.
The Braves are better.
Mets.
Oh, my God, Brian. That's so funny.
The Mets.
The great Ern Dini says, let's go Yankees, and then Brian Barnaby says, let's fucking go. Says bloodbath in KC last night.
Oh my God.
Ernie chiming in here says, gotta stop the title bias.
Right on point.
I mean, are the Yankees not in it though? Like, what are we talking about?
No, I think we
Like-
were just saying they should have probably been the lead, because I mean, like having to come back
The
against
lead?
a team like the Nationals. I don't know.
The lead.
The lead of the title.
If
Yeah.
anything, NBA should be the lead. It's probably the
NBA. No one watches the NBA anymore. Are you kidding me?
You think so?
We were talking
Nobody.
about it yesterday. I mean, the ratings are going to be the lowest in NBA history. Definitely. I think game 1 might have been.
You don't know that.
Somebody mentioned it. I don't know.
Somebody said it, dude.
Yeah.
Brian Barnaby chiming in again saying
Oh,
Freed
my
over
God,
Scuball.
Mm.
Ernie says it's getting out of hand, honestly.
Oh, yeah. This is getting out of hand, dude.
Says we'll all have to talk to Tony tomorrow. Ridiculous. Ernie says every day of the week and twice on Sunday nights. Is Tony in today? Would be very convenient.
If I wasn't?
No. I think he's saying you would be because they won.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Ernie's. I think you grasp at straws here a little bit. All right, like let's take it easy. All right, let's all take a deep breath here.
Ernie says, "Oh, Brian actually says you'll see a stash man on the casting couch."
That's an Erndini original.
The casting couch, dude.
Ernie says, "If I may so myself," I think he may have had a spelling error there.
Yeah, probably.
He says, "Oh, of course, Tony shows up." SMH. Josh B asks, "Why am I not coming tomorrow?" Is that to the Mets game? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Oh.
That is to the Mets game.
I don't know.
Maybe last second.
Last second.
Oh,
Push some strings. Probably cheap tickets. Probably get in the door for $5.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, if you got nothing going on, dude, you're more than welcome. 6 o'clock,
We'll see.
6:30, Stanford, Brian's house.
yeah, and obviously, even if he couldn't make that, he'll meet us at
No,
the
you
tailgate.
can't do
Ask me the whole day. Ask me the whole day.
It starts at 11:30. Lot E.
E.
Lot E, I believe.
Nice.
So,
All right.
dude, yeah, obviously you're more than welcome to come hang and chill.
All right.
Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about going tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Ooh, okay.
I can't tonight. I had something
Oh.
come up.
Okay.
So maybe tomorrow.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
dude.
pull some friends together because we were all kind of talking
Yeah.
about it anyways.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be sick, dude.
Lot E is correct.
Lot
Lot
E, dude. That's how hyped I am. I really am excited for tomorrow. Dude. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
sick.
no, legendary day.
Legendary,
day.
dude. Coffee first, dude. That's
Yes,
for sure.
Yes, dude.
Mary Material says, "Hey
Mom.
fellas," says, "You okay, Aunt?"
Yes, I am okay. Everyone else, mom, that's not okay. All right.
Well, I think she was asking because of all the chirps. Like,
No, yeah. You know, I'm fine. I'll be fine.
It's just standard procedure at this point.
It really is, dude. Listen, the Mets are gonna win tonight. They're gonna sweep tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time, dude. And then on Friday, I can have Mets sweep in the title and probably get shit for that.
Yeah. Probably.
Mary says, "How about those Mets?"
How about those Yankees,
Hey.
Mary? How about those Yankees, huh?
Mm.
You watched that game last night?
No, I know she didn't.
I don't know. She said you watched sometimes. That's what she
Mm.
told me.
Oh,
Ernie says, "Excited to see the guys and meet Selleck and Theophil."
that's right, baby.
Yeah, there we go.
That's right.
History
I
in the
forgot
making.
Michael too. Yeah.
B saying Lot E is correct.
Bang.
I can go. Ernie says it's going to be a great day. Josh B says, "Then the beach bash in 2 weeks."
I mean, unbelievable
The
run.
quick turnaround.
Yeah. Leading into 4th of July.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
leading into it is right. Oh,
But yeah.
so much for the diet, Brian.
Oh, yeah. No, we already
Oh,
talked about
dude.
it. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow is going to be what, 5K at least?
At least,
Yeah.
dude. It'd be 5K.
We're not running a 5K. But I guess where we should start, of course, we're going to talk a lot about baseball, but we do have the
Yep.
third major championship of the golf season tomorrow, the United States Open, coming to you from Oakmont, Pennsylvania.
Right now.
Oakmont Country Club, first time since 2016, so 9 years ago. Dustin Johnson reigned supreme, and how the golf world has changed since then. But DJ will be in the field for this one, really looking to recapture his glory from a couple years ago, and obviously the last major win at the 2020 Masters. But this is going to be a tough test, and I think forgot who was talking about it, but there was I think several golfers were saying they think this is the toughest course like
Mhm.
in the US to
Really?
play. A lot of commentators, PGA Tour Radio this week saying that their bet is even par in terms of a score. And if you look at it,
that's wild.
Last time DJ won at 4 under par when it was here in 2016, but in 2007, Angel Cabrera, pre-prison sentence was +5 to win. So you don't usually see that at a U.S. Open. Also, Ernie Els was -5 in 94. Larry Nelson -4 in 83. Johnny Miller -5 in 73. But I believe he was over par going into the final round before he shot, I believe, a 62, which is kind of known as the top performance at a major, given how hard the rough, all bunkers here at Oakmont. So the whole thing, all the golfers have been talking about it all week. You got to stay in the fairway because it is a complete disaster once you find yourself in the rough, in the bunkers, all of that. And this is a record 10th U.S. Open for Oakmont. So really looking forward to this one.
Like record as in like any other golf tournament? Like
so any other venue for the US Open, they're 10th.
Specifically for the US Open,
yes.
Not like every tournament. Okay,
yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Because they don't have, they do some amateur stuff. They did the PGA back in the day, but for the foreseeable future is strictly going to be the United States Open. And it makes it special when you go somewhere only, every 9 years. It's like you learn the course all over again. So obviously, a tough one to handicap here.
Yeah,
our first two majors of the season have gone to Scotty and Rory. And obviously Rory not finding form recently, missing the cut in Canada last week, missing the cut at the PGA. So he's looking to right the ship, has been trying to switch drivers since his driver failed the test at the PGA Championship. So going to be interesting to see how he plays this week. And I was saying yesterday, it's kind of crazy that Scotty, if he were to win this week, would only be an Open Championship away from the career Grand Slam.
Which is ridiculous.
Quick that would happen. So we'll see how he plays. Obviously, he's the odds-on favorite, and the whole conversations about Scotty or the field have been going on all week on PGA Tour Radio. So you got, of course, him, Rory, Xander, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Ludwig Aubert, Russell Henley, Sepp Straka, Hideki Matsuyama, defending champ Bryson DeChambeau, Maverick McNeely, Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood, Victor Hovland, Ben Griffin, Patrick Cantlay, Harris English, Keegan Bradley, Justin Rose, Robert McIntyre. So those are the top 20 golfers in the world. I believe the top 42 are in the field. That was like the first time there was someone missing from the field. So, of course, the best of the best. It was number 38 is missing here from the field. So that's the highest ranked golfer not playing. Speaking of career Grand Slams, not that at all anybody would be anticipating it, but I guess we didn't anticipate it at Kiowa 4 years ago. But Phil Mickelson, who is in the field, and there's murmurs this might be his last United States Open, got in on a sponsor's exemption. That he has a chance to complete the career Grand Slam. Obviously, great short game, but would have to be, very accurate off the tee. So that seems like one of the biggest dark horses you could imagine. So many different places to go. And also, I mentioned this last year as well. We've been on this run of a top golfer winning all the majors, going back to last season. You had Scotty, winning the Masters. You had Xander winning the PGA, Bryson winning the U.S. Open, and then Xander winning the Open. So it's been a while. I want to say maybe since Wyndham Clark won the U.S. Open a couple years ago, the last time someone that maybe wasn't, right in the top 3, 4, 5 golfers in the world won an event. So I personally think that run, will continue. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, a course like this, you got to be buttoned up and accurate, and that's why a lot of people like Scotty to win his second major of the season here. But what are your thoughts here, Tony?
It obviously is tough, the pool of golfers here, and I don't want to be like a favorites guy, but I've been hot on Scotty. I've been high on his run the past 4 tournaments. When you think about that, the past 4 tournaments, he has 3 victories, outrageous. I'm taking Scotty here. It is kind of crazy to think that this guy started off the season slow,
right?
But he still has 9 top 10 finishes this season.
Yeah,
obviously a win here. You mentioned already, but it also would be his 4th win in 5 tournaments, which is also ridiculous. So I think it's going to be Scotty, like literally up and down the entire weekend, leading after day 1, remaining your leader after Sunday. And I say he takes it. Obviously, we know how difficult the course could be. I'm going to say it's 4 under, though. Almost mimicking Dustin Johnson, right? You mentioned in 2015, 2016. Yes. So give me Scotty 4 under for the victory here. I wouldn't be surprised if Roy misses the cut again, to be honest. And then I guess for my sleeper here, speaking of 2016, I'll go with Jason Day here, tied 8th here for the U.S. Open back then. Obviously has had an up and down season, but for the most part, has had a pretty solid, year in terms of drive accuracy. So you remain, like you said, on the fairway, puts you in good position to maybe, rustle some feathers here. I say he'll win at 2 under if Jason Day will do it. So,
all right,
bang.
And a lot of times, with these majors, I think maybe because it's something different and, we don't see them on a weekly basis. I've been taking the live guys, and I'm going to actually do that again. No Brooks this time. I thought he was going to have a chance at the PGA. Clearly, that was not in the cards. And again, with him, I mean, it would be crazy, but would we really be surprised if he missed the cut yet again? 3 in a row here to start his major season? I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to go with his buddy. Now, buddy, used to be rival, Bryson DeChambeau. I think he goes back to back. We saw him in contention at both Augusta and the PGA Championship, faltering late. But it just seems like, he's made for the US Open. He's won 2 the last 5 years, and I think he's going to add a 3rd here. And the thing is, him hitting the ball far, but also I think his putting, besides, maybe the final round at Quail Hollow last week has really been superb. So I think he wins this, similar to his Winged Foot win a couple years ago. I'm going to say he'll be 5 under par. And then as a sleeper, kind of crazy to call him a sleeper, but if you look at world golf ranking, he's plummeted down to 77th. Obviously had a top 10 finish at the PGA last month. Give me Jon Rahm. It just seems like he's kind of rounding back into form, barely made the cut of the Masters, then made a run up the leaderboard. Seems like he's trending in the right direction. If he wins, I'll say he'll be 6 under par. But, I know it sounds funny, but I really do think these 4 days of golf are going to be fascinating, because I think it's just this course is really like none other. I mean, Bethpage seems hard, the rough, but I mean, you got so many people saying this is the toughest test. So I think it's just going to be an absolute battle out there.
Fascinating, dude. What's the deal with the Live Tour golfers? You just got something going
on? No, because I think we overlook not buttoned up. But like, sure, guys like Phil and DJ, Brooks Koepka, maybe they're not playing well, but we can't ignore that, especially Bryson. I mean, he's been in every major pretty much since last year. I mean, I think he's one of the cuts. And then, Rahm, like I said, I mean, we forget how good Rahm was before he went to Live. And I just think, competing these last couple of times is really, giving him some energy back here.
Yeah, no, I mean, he has been more competitive, I suppose, which is nice. But I don't know. You think Rahm kind of regrets going to Live?
No, because it's just the money, right? I mean, I think there's going to be some guys like him that, when the deal comes to re-up and you don't get these big signing bonuses up front, that might, try to switch back over to the PGA. So it'll be interesting, because it doesn't seem like the mergers, happening anytime soon. Any pick for you here, Zach?
Wow.
I went Rory for the Masters to disagreement. I'm going Rory again.
Wow, that would be something.
I'm pulling for him again. So.
I mean, what a seesaw! Coming into Augusta, all the talk, he'll never win again, mentally fucked, and then he wins. Then he misses the cut at the PGA. Then he misses the cut in Canada, and then to come back here and win, that would be something. Yeah. That would definitely be something. So we're gonna get underway tomorrow, 6:45 a.m. And looks like we're going off the front and the back tees.
Here we go.
So the first groups are Voigt, Velo, Phillips, Blair, Vincent, and Docherty. getting started here. So kind of the lesser known golfers getting started here. I would say the first kind of power group, you have a few in a row here. So 707 pairings, Tom Kim, JJ Spawn, Taylor Pendrith, 718 Harris English, Tommy Fleetwood, Keegan Bradley, 718 Ludwig Aubert, Adam Scott, Hideki Matsuyama, Xander Schauffele, Jose Luis Ballester, and Bryson DeChambeau at 729. Ben Griffin, Andrew Novak, Maverick McNeely. That's an underrated pairing, 729. As the morning progresses, more and more Lowry, Rose, and McIlroy. That's a good one, 740.
Nice.
So definitely we'll be having this, streaming on my phone tomorrow, and keeping tabs on this. Any prediction here, Tony, on, because a lot of times we've seen majors kind of first day, the leader kind of jump out to like a big number, but then the winner ends up being like lower than that number. Do you think we get somebody that goes 4 or 5 under tomorrow, or do you think the leader tomorrow is going to be like 2 or 3 under?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a slow and steady pace, like a 2 or 3, maybe even a 1.
A 1 under would be crazy. I can't remember the last time we had that. But what
about you?
Yeah, I'm going to say 4 under. I think 4 under, and then like as the week goes on, tougher and tougher. So it looks like 717, the US Open app or usopen.com will have feature groups, but then the USA broadcast, which I would imagine you could stream on their app, will get underway at 6:30. I would imagine that's part of the NBC app. So 6:30 getting underway. So in the car, we might have to hook that up.
In the car, absolutely, dude. On the train, let's freaking go.
Let's go.
Pennsylvania, dude.
So that's really where we're at. Can't wait for tomorrow. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Right. All right. So it was definitely a long 2 days off for the New York Yankees, coming off that disappointment in terms of, in Boston or against Boston at the stadium over the weekend. But they come back with a vengeance here, defeating the Kansas City Royals 10-2. We talked about it yesterday. The perfect man for the job, Max Fried, continuing his dream season. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. His only mistake of the evening, a home run allowed to Jonathan India. But he was dialed in, very economical too. 91 pitches, 61 strikes through 7. So really, if this was a tight game or a playoff game, I mean, he could have probably finished this game. And his ERA sits at 1.84. But the mixing of speeds, pitch locations, going from that fastball to the 12-6 that drops out of the sky. I mean, it's an absolute marvel to watch Max Fried, pitch. So he's given us everything we could have hoped for and then some since signing him this offseason. And it was nice to see. And really, the offense has been good. Obviously, the bullpen was the bugaboo, I guess you could say, against Boston. But the Yankee offense, really, it was nice to see them consistently perform throughout this game. It got started in the first inning, and Trent Grisham, who had walked, was on. So you had 1 on, 1 out. Aaron Judge up 469 feet to left field. His 24th home run of the season. Another ridiculous day for Judge at the plate. 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, 396, slugging 776. I mean, these are just more than video game numbers. So that gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. The Royals did have a couple runners on in the second, scoring on an RBI ground out from Caglione. Made it 2-1. But Austin Wells also had one of the best games of his career. Fourth inning, a 3-run homer. Dominguez and LeMahieu were on. So that gave the Yankees a 5-1 lead. Austin Wells, his 11th home run of the season, and really seems to be coming, getting hot. I would say last couple weeks. So it's great to see that. That's a guy we've talked about all season, waiting to get going. Obviously had the home run opening day, a couple early on, and then kind of had faded. And speaking of him, he also in the 6th inning, you had Chisholm and LeMahieu on. He doubles right to score them to make it 7-1. Grisham gets up to the plate. He's been struggling. He drives in Austin Wells to make it 8-1. Aaron Judge, his second hit of the night, scores Paul Goldschmidt in that inning as well. So really just a great inning. 4 runs there in the 6th. I mean, makes it 9-1. And actually, there was actually 5 runs in that inning because Cody Bellinger also singled to make it 10-1. So, at that point, game out of hand. Fried, throws one that catches too much of the plate. India home run, 10-2. But that was the final scoring of the game. Fried, like I said, going those 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Just unbelievable. 9-1 so far. And then Yeri De Los Santos coming on an inning in 2/3, giving up 3 hits, walking 2. And striking out 1 through 40 pitches, and actually left 2 outs, bases loaded. And they actually had to go to Tim Hill in a 10-2 game here. Only needs to throw 6 pitches. Actually was kind of close, full count. But as he does, inducing the weak contact, a pop out, and giving the Yankees their 40th win of the season, 40 up, 25 down. And an impressive 19-13 mark, away from Yankee Stadium. So all good stuff. I mean, the only negative in this game was that Jazz, who did get into it on a tag from Michael Garcia, left the game with neck soreness. Seems like a short-term day-to-day situation, but he did steal his 10th base of the season. And there was even a clip of him saying, just kind of saying like, oh, if he tags me out like that again, that he's gonna, like, I don't know, swing at him. It felt like he was saying, which was kind of interesting. So a situation to monitor there. But we mentioned the Yankee offense, 10 runs, 16 hits. So everybody contributing here. Grisham 2 for 4. We mentioned Judge 2 for 5. Anthony Volpe 2 hits. His average is up to 248. So he's really been coming on. Bellinger 1 for 5 with an RBI. Jazz 1 for 4 with that stolen base. Jason Dominguez, good to see him have a nice game here. 3 for 5, average up to 246 there. And DJ LeMahieu, the renaissance continues. I literally just picked him up on one of my fantasy teams. He's been hitting so well. Yesterday he goes 2 for 3 with 2 walks. He's hitting 277. So, had come back, made an impact, had that home run against the Mets, but then has really turned it on the past week. So it's great to see. Obviously, the fielding a concern, but the Yankees will take this offense right now. And then Austin Wells, 5 RBIs, 2 for 4. So, still only hitting 227, but good production, with the 11 home runs and 41 RBIs, and you only expect him to get better. So this was really good. This was much needed. You definitely had a sour taste in your mouth after the Boston series, but I think there definitely was people getting a little carried away, that this is the June swoon and the sky is falling, when it really came down to Yarborough and Rodon imploding. The offense was there, just not the pitching. So it was good to see Max Fried give them exactly what they want. Now, the one thing, obviously, it was big to get this win as well, because Toronto has been on a heater. They're now only 4 games back, 5 in the loss column. They won again last night, 2nd in a row. Tampa did lose to Boston, so they're 5 back. Speaking of Boston, they are 9 back, and the Orioles have been buried all season, 14 games back. So we will get game 2 here, 7:40 tonight, nationally on MLB Network. And Clark Schmidt will be on the hill here, opposed by Chris Bubich. So Schmidt so far this year, 2-3, 4.04 ERA. I would say, it's been definitely a little inconsistent. So kind of searching for that good run here. And the Yankees hoping, he can give them 6 innings, quality start, 6 innings, 2 runs, something like that. And Chris Bubich, has been great for Kansas City this year. 5-3, the left-hander, a 1.43 ERA, a 1 WHIP, striking out over a batter per inning, 79 and 75 in the third innings. So I think it's one of those things where Yankee hitters will have to be patient, capitalize on the mistakes, and you just want some efficiency out of Clark Schmidt. You look at his starts recently, a little mixed bag here. I mean, last time out against Cleveland, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, did strike out 8, 6 scoreless against the Angels, but then didn't get through 5 against Colorado, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned runs against the Mets over 6, and then 3 earned runs against Seattle over 6. So, just want to get some innings out of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting him to have a good start. So let's win the series. We'll make it 9 out of I think it would be 9 out of 12. It was 8 out of 9, 8 out of 10. Okay, so 9 out of 11 it would be if the Yankees were able to win tonight, and I feel pretty good about it. So good stuff. Stanton also, I believe it was 3 hits in Somerset last night. So that's going to be huge. And I think they're saying he could already join them in Boston this weekend. So that would be awesome to see. Definitely want to stick it back to him. So good place to be. Good recovery W. Kudos to the entire team. They really stepped up here. So great stuff there. The Mets walking it off against the Nats.
Yes, that's right, dude. In a pretty emphatic win here. No, obviously the final 10 innings, the walk-off here, Jeff McNeil, great job. Yes, it's against the Nationals, but I mean, at this point, the Mets get their 43rd victory of the season, top of the NL. I guess they're just behind Detroit now at this point in terms of the best record in baseball. And this game kind of got off to a pretty rocky start for a one Griffin Canning, dude. A guy's who ERA is probably like a full run per game below it was last year, which is kind of crazy. But obviously this game wasn't necessarily his forte, dude. I was watching this one at home at this point. Top of the first, leadoff double to CJ Abrams here. So you have runner on second. Like, it's obviously not great. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like that ball was that was one that Soto maybe seemed like he could have got, but he put it off the wall.
Yeah, popped off the wall.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, listen, it was over his head. What are you going to do? And then you get Wood to ground out. Abrams moves up to third. So you have one out runner on third. And then Mr. Lau here gets his, I think, 6th homer of the season. I don't know why. I guess Griffin Canning, for the most part, was struggling with his fastball in terms of locating it, and obviously just players jumping on it. This one was a slider that just did not slide at all. Lau was able to rope that one to right center, 415 feet. Brian made it 2-0 early on. Canning gets out of it. But like I said, still 2 down. Bottom of the first here, you have Mackenzie Gore pitching for the Nationals. Mackenzie Gore, historically, against the Mets, has been pretty solid, actually. And this year for the Nationals has been a bright spot, a sub-3 ERA. He, including this start, I think, now I guess it would be 12 of his 14 starts have gone 6 innings or more now at this point. So he's been good. Like I said, he's been definitely a bright spot here, and he handles the lineup in the first inning pretty handily here. Lindor lead off single, but then Marte flies out, Soto strikes out, Alonso pops out. You could tell Marte Alonso definitely looking to even up the score at that point, the way they were swinging. But in any case, Canning goes back out there for the second, and then, oh no, dude, lead off single given up, strikes out Hassel, Ruiz flies out, but then Tena singles here, calls it second, and then CJ Abrams back up yet again, ropes another double to right, Call scores. I don't know why Tena, they sent him, but he was thrown out at the plate by like a million miles, dude. Like, I don't know why.
Who threw him out?
Who threw him out? It's a great question.
Soto.
It must have been Soto. Yeah, it was.
Oh, there you go.
And then Terrence, again, I mean, literally, it got like they cut to the camera, Terrence catches the ball, and like Tena's not even in the frame yet. Like it was pretty wild. But he was out of play, but they do score one, makes it 3-0. But hey, I mean, that play, not for nothing, that play like limited the damage for sure. And the Mets get going here. Next inning, another leadoff hit I can't tell you through 2 innings that we've seen leadoff hits, like how many times that has happened on both sides of this game. So leadoff hit to right. Terren strikes out. Taylor strikes out. Nimmo steals second. 2 outs. Nimmo on second. McNeil, nice little bloop single to center. Nimmo scores from that. So it's 3-1. Kind of some life there. Obviously, McNeil's been hitting really well here for the Mets the past, let's say, 8 games. Mauricio strikes out to end that inning. And then here we go, bottom of the third. We have some more scoring here by the Mets. A solo shot by Soto. 373 feet off of a slider that just did not move as much as Gore wanted it to do. And I don't know what really caused this, but Soto was talking some shit.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know what was if anything alluded to or got him going. Someone said something to him. Obviously, we know former team, whatever. But literally, you show the replay, he hits the ball and he's staring at it. And he goes, "Yeah, fuck yeah," like that. And then the entire time around the bags, he's just staring at Gore. So
I think he's just working his own personal confidence back up. He's struggled for a while now. He probably feels like he's really hitting his stride. So I would imagine that it was more. I feel like it was probably more that than the Nationals.
The Nationals, yeah, I think so too. It's not
everybody kind of giving him shit. I'm sure that was more of what it was.
No, yeah, I think so too. And he has been absolutely raking so far in the month of June. I made it 3-2. You love to do that. Dude, cut the deficit in half. Unfortunately, though, Canning out there, top of the 5th here, does give up a solo shot to Abrams. Abrams with an absolutely stellar game here. He's someone who's been on fire, specifically against the Mets too, in his career. Made it 4-2. Bringing the deficit back to 2 runs. Canning gets out of the inning. And he does come in top of the 6th. Bell grounds out. He walks Garcia Jr. That was the end of his night. So 5 1/3. I think that was 2 walks. The 4 earned runs there. Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
They were talking about it on the broadcast. It seemed like that his last outing against the Angels, you saw a mechanical adjustment by him where he was with his windup, his hand was well over his head when he was throwing on his release. And yesterday they were comparing it to a lot of his pitches where his hand was almost at his ear. He just didn't have that mechanical whatever he was doing that had success. He wasn't doing last night, obviously, but does labor through this game. Like I said, 4-2 at that point. Buteau comes in, gets the next 2 outs, ends the inning, dude. And of course, we have the late night action here. Bottom of the 8th, we're going to go to with Ferrer pitching for the Nationals here. Lindor and Mauricio both lit off this inning with strikeouts. So you have 2 outs right away in the 8th. Obviously, light is dim. Marte walked. Soto doubles to right. Marte scores on that. It was a deep hit to right. Obviously, the double was great, but to see Marte hustling around the bags, first to home, love to see that. 4-3. They pull Ferrer, bringing Finnegan. Alonso, RBI single, does try to stretch the single to a double. Does get thrown out at second, but ties the game. Obviously, a kerfuffle there by Alonso, but nonetheless, dude, game's tied. Diaz comes in. Stadium rocking. Diaz chants. It's 3 up, 3 down for him, and he ends the inning by striking out Abrams. I mentioned the hot bat for him that day, so that was a huge strikeout for him. And that was a 4-seamer going right after him. Strikeout looking. Love to see that. And I mentioned it before. Bottom of the 10th here, which seems like a no-brainer, but it's still nice to see Mendoza doing it. Ghost runner, Acuna, McNeil, single. Acuna scores. Bang.
Gary Cohen.
Did you hear the call? What?
No, I can only imagine what the call is.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't really impersonate it, but
I could probably get it on my phone, actually. I kind of want to hear it.
McNeil single to right here. Acuna around the bags, and he scores! Mets win! 5-4 in extras. Probably something like that.
Let's see what we got here. Scores.
That's not how it sounds, dude.
Yeah.
And the Mets win it.
Yeah, and the Mets win it.
Just whenever. Okay. I think this is.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Mets win, right?
Third walk-off hit of his career, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, he said it, dude. Great call there, obviously. And Jeff McNeil, I mean, what like a little bit of a resurgence you're seeing from him, which is pretty awesome to see. Obviously, we know about the injury.
The rat.
We know, dude. The moving around, whatever. But his last 5 games here, obviously against Colorado, Dodgers, Washington here, he has, 5, 6, 7 hits, 3 RBIs, or excuse me, 3 home runs with 7 RBIs. So obviously killing it. Only 3 strikeouts too in those 5 games. So, doing a great job here, coming to his own. And obviously his defense is pretty solid as well. Huge win. I know it's, not necessarily want to have to come back from the Nationals, but not for nothing. I mean, the Nationals are kind of like a sneaky good team. I mean, they're super young. They have some talent. Obviously, Gore is one of their best pitchers too. So obviously, a tough game, like I said, to try to have to come back, but not for nothing. This will probably be the worst of it that you're seeing. Because today, Peterson, Irvin, give me a break. And we mentioned tomorrow, Senga against Soroka. So I mean, the pitching matchups are definitely way more favorable the next 2 games. So I don't really anticipate any of the starters giving up 4 earned runs. And like I said, McNeil hot, Soto has been playing really well also. So you have a lot to look forward here, and you do look for the sweep at this point, dude. So
yeah,
like
right on the table.
It is.
I gotta take advantage of the schedule. That's for sure. Yeah, and I was just thinking about this because we, obviously haven't done the show together since Friday. Do we are the picks updated or not?
Updated. You have a 1-game lead.
What's the
you are 38-40. I 37-41.
Wait, okay, over 500 from now on. Like, come on, it has to enough of this shit. 6-0. Fuck the totals. All that stuff.
F the totals, dude.
But let's get to it. Let's do a Wednesday edition of the MLB 6-pack pick segment. Brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm. Do we know who's first?
You go first.
I will go first. I will go to Kansas City. The Fountains, the beatdown last night.
Wow.
As Clobber said last year in the ALCS, it started in Kansas. And I think the Yankees will continue their winning ways here. And I expect Clark Schmidt, give me the 6 innings, the 2 earned runs, maybe 7 strikeouts, and I think off Bubic, just get some runners on early. I can see Judge going deep again, a left-hander, the splits against a left-hander. Maybe Paul Goldschmidt, who's fallen into, not too much of a ride. I mean, he's still hitting over 300, but definitely the production has waned in the recent weeks. So I could see him having a big night, maybe 3 for 5 with a couple of RBIs. So those are some good prop bets for Yerney. And I think at the end of the day, bats hot, Yankees win, let's say by a final score of 7-4. So give me the Yankees in the over.
Love that call there. Yankees over. Yes, we know the beatdown. Speaking of the beatdown, we got this little Big Apple beatdown here tonight, no doubt about it. I mentioned the pitching matchup favorable here with Peterson. Who hasn't pitched against the Nationals yet this season. Is his first start against them tonight. Who's the over-under? I don't know what the deal is here. But in any case, I say Peterson goes 7 innings, maybe 2 earned runs. I can see Abrams remaining hot. I can maybe even see Josh Bell roping a solo shot or something like that. Kind of crazy that he's back on the Nationals. But in any case, I think it's offensive bonanza here for the Mets. Soto yearning for his next homer, I think, of this season. We'll get it tonight early on, maybe bottom of the 3rd, bottom of the 4th area. You listen to Gary Cohen's call again?
Yeah, I did hear it. Yeah. Maybe that's going to be the call tonight, right?
Maybe it will be. No walk-offs here. Nice and easy, breezy, dude. I say Mets put up an 8 spot here. Nationals put up 3. You have Mets in the over. Bang.
All right. So number two, big slate here on a Tuesday. Where are we going to go? That's the question. And really want to get a 6-0. I think it's happened once or twice since we've been doing that, but not enough. That needs to change right now, Tony. Right now, okay? So let's see. I am gonna go.
Gotta go.
The Blue Jays got to cool down. All right. So let's go to St. Louis. Let's go with the Cards. They've been way better than expected. 36-31, I believe. 22-13 at Busch Stadium. And you have a pitching matchup of Matthew Liberatore, 3-5, 3.82. Striking out 58 batters, 68 in the third innings. Eric Lauer, 26 innings pitched, a 208 earned run average. Nolan Arenado had the big walk-off hit the other day. Maybe he has a big night. Maybe that's an Ernie prop bet. I'm sure you can get pretty good odds on an Arenado home run. But I think a low-scoring game, but we'll see the Cards win. Let's say 4-2 as they snap their 4-game losing streak. So Cards and the under.
Cards and the under are down here. My next game, where we're going to go, dude, I guess we're going to go to Minnesota, dude. The Twin City, as the Twins are taking on the Texas Rangers here. You got Mr. Leiter towing the slab there for Texas against a Mr. Festa, dude.
There we go.
A Festa that had his career debut this year, I believe. It may have even been against the Mets, to be honest. But I remember that outing against the Mets, not good at all. And the body of work so far, he is winless on the season, a 5.40 ERA. Texas kind of humming a little bit. Garcia's been doing well. And you look at the body of work. They're 5-5 in their last 10, but they are on a 3-game win streak here. So I think they make it to 4. And they beat Minnesota here for the second time. I know Higgy, big game yesterday. I say he gets a homer tonight. Garcia, homer. Leiter, maybe 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Give me Texas. Give me the over. They win 9-4.
All right. So I am going to go to Coors Field. The Rockies, losers of 4 in a row, lost last night to the Giants 6-5. I think this one is going to get ugly quick. Robbie Ray has been mowing hitters down all season. 87 strikeouts, 77 in third innings pitched, 8-1, 244. Going against Kyle Freeland, 1-8, 5.19 earned run average. So I think the Giants offense jumps all over him. Maybe Wilmer Flores and Willie Adames, who's really been struggling, will provide some boost here with Matt Chapman on the injured list. But I think the Giants in a laugher win this one 10-2. So give me the Giants in the over.
The Giants and the over. Damn, dude. I was going to pick that one for my third final.
Usually we've been good at that hasn't come up.
I know, kind of crazy. I guess we're going to go to Cleveland. Logan Allen. On the mound there for the Guardians. Also, not a tremendous body of work. 3-4 in the year. 4.42 ERA. You look at the Guardians at 34-32. Kind of hovering around the middle of the Central Division. Obviously, Detroit. They're in clear control there. Guardians looking to avoid the sweep here against Cincinnati. I say nay, dude. I see the Reds draw red, and they sweep Cleveland here. What's the score going to be? They'll make it 6 in a row, by the way. Cincinnati red hot. Lodolo throws 7 scoreless. You can see the Reds putting up a 5 spot on the Guardians. Give me the Reds and the under for that last one. Hopefully the total doesn't kill me.
All right. So just like that, there's your 6-pack MLB pick segment.
Bang.
So let's go. Some big games tonight. And I also did see Jake Cousins, a setback, some pain in the elbow. So the Yankees were looking forward to getting him back in the bullpen. So we'll have to see what the deal is there. And they are probably expected to also add a reliever before the trade deadline. So pumped to watch the game tonight. We're really getting into the thick of things here, the meat of the MLB season, that's for sure.
Meat and potatoes.
But let's go now to the world of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron James at the buzzer.
I thought I was the one who was well rested, which I felt like it, but maybe I should have got a couple more Z's. Yes, Ernie, still going to do the grid. My mistake, putting the cart in front of the horse.
Oh, I see why you didn't want to do it, dude.
I didn't even look at it, so let's do the grid. What do we got?
We have a Mets comp.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know it's all right, dude. We can rip those right now, dude, if you want. Get them out of the way,
Yeah. What do you got?
I think we should do Ruben Tejada for play second base. Mets.
Okay, so middle.
Ruben Tejada. Middle right. We could do Conforto. I don't know if that's going to be because it's kind of recent.
Jose Iglesias.
Curtis Granderson. Jose Iglesias.
Do
Iglesias.
Middle right.
Yeah, Dodgers, Mets. No. Oh yeah. Oh, you think 300?
300.
Oh yeah. Jose Iglesias. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like, oh, why aren't they popping up?
0.4.
I don't have.
And then
so then let's do Curtis Granderson for Dodgers, Mets.
Yeah, probably be high.
You think so?
Anything else comes to mind?
Conforto with
Did Nomo pitch for the Mets?
Hideo Nomo?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah.
Yeah, do Nomo.
Yeah, do Hideo Nomo.
Watch it. That'll be higher.
I mean,
no, 0.5.
0.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna type it on my phone here. See what
And
looks
then
like.
I was thinking second base for the Orioles. I just had this. Brian Roberts. I was just trying to think if there's anybody else that was like less likely. I feel like they had some guys on the Yankees as well. And then you got Jordan Westberg there now. What do you think? Or Roberts? Not everybody's thinking about him?
I would think Roberts. Right?
Yeah. Go Brian Roberts.
Brian Roberts.
13%. It's all right.
That is
kind
tough.
of had a little sneaking suspicion there. 300 batting average
for the O's.
Like obviously, Ripken. I don't know if
Mullins?
Gunnar. I don't know if Mullins.
Santander.
Santander. I feel like is not an average guy.
Yeah, he's more of a home run hitter, I guess.
Ichiro with the 300 rookie of the year, or Pujols 300 average rookie of the year.
Did he have 300 average?
Yeah.
All right. I say let's do Pujols.
35.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that's
5%.
5%. All right.
Because you think about him with the power, but he was actually a very good average hitter. And then you think about second base, but rookie of the year. Any thoughts there?
Rookie of the year.
And do you think Kimbrel is too much for the Orioles and the Dodgers?
No, I don't think so.
All right, I guess just try it.
I mean, that wouldn't be the first thing that comes to mind.
3%. Okay,
there we go.
I'm actually surprised at that number. So second baseman rookie of the year, and then 300 hitter for the O's, and then rookie of the year for the Dodgers.
Wait, you said 3% for Kimbrel?
Yeah, why?
That's mad. I typed it into mine. It said 4%.
Probably because you put it in right after. That's nuts.
That is kind of crazy.
So second baseman rookie of the year. Or played second base anyway.
Does it have to be the same? No, it's minimum one game. It has to be the same year.
Yeah. I don't know. The rookie of the years,
it's so tough, dude.
Yeah.
Anything from Ernie?
I
can look in the comments.
Oh, he was just talking. Kev, dude, Justin Turner for the Mets and the Dodgers was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Just trying to think about. Well, the Dodgers. So Venezuela, Jackie Robinson. You think everybody's doing Jackie Robinson for rookie of the year for the Dodgers? He was the first rookie of the year ever. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Just go with it?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
100%. Is it?
9. I mean, that's
okay. There we go.
Crazy. So the second base rookie of the year.
Still 9.
Cano wasn't rookie of the year. What? Anybody on the Mets second base?
Jesus Christ! Not
rookie
that I know of.
Or just recent rookie of the years.
What about
was Gunnar Henderson the rookie of the year?
Was Gunner? I don't know for sure.
But
I
then
know.
he plays short and third, really, not second.
What about the dude who played for the Red Sox? Injury
Pedroia?
career. Yeah,
No.
Dustin Pedroia. Was he Rookie of the Year?
Wait, no, I feel like you were saying somebody else. Injury, or you were talking about Pedroia?
Yeah, it was Pedroia.
I don't know if he won Rookie of the Year.
Jonathan India.
Who was? Angel Baroa. Did he ever play second base?
Ugh.
You would think, but like, I don't
would
know for
think.
sure, you know. Just thinking about. Josh did say Pedroia. Did he win Rookie of the Year though?
I would think so. I feel like he did.
This is tough.
I mean, if Josh is saying it,
No. I mean, obviously, you know, he knows what he's doing. But I just is he like 100% confident though? That's the question.
What do you say? Let me see the comment.
And then who's John Cantino?
John Castino.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Kev Deuce said it.
Second base Rookie of the Year says John Castino. You want to do it? Kev will be hearing it if he's wrong tomorrow.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like we can either go Pedroia.
No, go
Josh
Baroa.
B.
No one's gonna do Baroa.
Okay.
First name?
Angel. Berroa.
Baroa.
2%.
Wow.
There we go. So
Nice.
the 300 average for the Orioles. Did Brady Anderson hit it that year?
I don't know. Dude, that's a tough one for me. The O's. I'm
trying to think who else like was like obviously Ripken. Well, he's not talking about. Wait, Castino didn't pay for the Orioles, right?
I don't know. I don't even know who John Castino is, dude.
This is definitely a tough one. Because I don't think Tejada did it. Did Trey Mancini?
I would think Mancini did it.
I just like I know of him as like a power hitter, you know?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure Ripken did it.
Oh yeah, dude. By the way, John Castino did win Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
So we can use that. Rookie of the Year, second base. Also played third base. He is 70 years old right now.
You know what?
Would
we just go with Mancini?
I guess, right?
Yeah, go Mancini.
I mean, that's
34. Wait, so what was the percentage of Mancini?
Oh, 34 total. I thought 34%. I thought what you were saying. Oh, it's sick, dude.
I bet it was so low actually for Mancini. 0.3.
Wow.
Let's go.
There we
dude.
go. All right.
Good to know. Good to know, dude.
Okay, and I guess wait, what? How do you say it again? Is it Castino?
Yeah.
I guess he played for Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Rookie of the Year. Interesting. Okay, so good to get that grid. We almost skipped over it. My bad on that one. But yeah. So obviously we were going to talk. The NBA Finals here, Game 3. Have you been dialed, Zach, or a little like kind of tight? The Knicks.
No. I've actually been enjoying this series. I would say I watching the Knicks lose sucks, but I don't know. I know a lot of people weren't really like pumped up for this series, but I don't know. I think it's an entertaining matchup. It's two brand new teams, and I think the Pacers are a lot better than people are giving them credit for. And saw that in Game 1. So
right.
I'm excited to see how it plays out for sure.
I mean, what are you expecting to see like tonight, for instance?
And it's tough because it's kind of like a dead split right now to me. I'm gonna go with the Thunder.
The Thunder, okay.
Yeah, I'll go with the Thunder tonight.
Close one or?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be close. The Pacers are going to have good home energy there. I think the Thunder take this one and the Pacers take the next one, and then we're back in OKC.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, I said Thunder in 5. I guess I'll stick with it, and it'll just be interesting if it was one of those things where you steal game 1 and then the other team recovers and never looks back. But I do like Alexander, to have a big game here, and I think carry the Thunder to a victory. 5.5 on the points. Yeah, they probably cover that. 228, maybe under there. I'll say like 110 to 98. So Thunder in the under. And that wasn't even on purpose.
Come
on. That's what it is. The Thunder in the under. That's my pick. What's your pick, Tony?
It is
Pacers
tough,
in the over.
Pacers in the over. No. I mean, I think it will go over. I will hammer the over.
Just getting all the nasally out today.
Mm-hmm. Yes, dude. Can't have it tomorrow.
Or it could be a tribute for Gary Cohen tomorrow. Come on. You had to go there.
In any case, dude, I mean, I kind of like the sentiment of Thunder drop game 1, don't look back. But I'm gonna say it's like something reminiscent of last game, a few days ago, where it's like 20-point lead at the end of the game, to be honest. So I think like OKC like 129 to 109.
Okay. And then also, Zach, I've been saying, and I don't know if actually there's something out there. I'll check this, but I'm thinking this could be, though, despite what you were just talking about, just because of the markets, like the lowest rated NBA Finals ever.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I don't think from a viewership aspect that they're getting what they want. I think they do kind of want to crown the Thunder as the next, team of this generation. But I agree with you. It's in terms of viewership, they're not getting what they want. I just think it's an entertaining matchup because it's new and fresh. But that's just me.
And obviously markets play a big difference to this. But last year, the finals averaged 11.65. So far this season, 8.84. So almost down 3 million viewers. So obviously that makes sense. But like you said, there is a lot of talent on the floor. Now, how does it work for you? Like Mets on at the same time? Like, all right, what are you watching?
I'll have both on.
Well, do you have multiple TVs?
Yeah, I have a 2 TV setup. So I got I'll have the finals on the big screen and then I'll probably have the Mets below.
Volume on the finals or no?
Yeah, volume on the finals.
Okay.
It's the finals,
Yeah.
You got to enjoy it for what it is, but then I'll be locked back in once hockey and basketball's over. I'm back full baseball.
And just finals for you, Tony?
That's funny.
Come on, dude.
No, I mean, again, it's been fun watching the couple games. We were able to go to the horseshoe for one as well, dude.
I hope no horseshoe tonight. I mean, I just
absolutely can't do it tonight, dude. Gotta rest up.
Yeah, I think you should not even stay up for the whole Mets game.
Honestly. Like honestly, dude, like 7:30, sleep would be
why
great,
not,
dude? Yeah, no, that would be great.
Because are you no gaming corner?
No, there's gaming corner.
No, there is gaming. Okay, so it's like 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7. Okay.
So maybe we can limit it to 9:30. Yeah. I'm home by 10.
I think just set an alarm.
Yeah.
Honestly, so you don't.
Yeah, literally, dude. All of a sudden, it's 1 o'clock. We're still here, dude. Like, what?
No, Josh, he wants to play one more game of cart. Wait, what's the game tonight?
We haven't decided yet, actually. Joey brought in a bunch of old school games, so we're gonna do Call of Duty 2.
There you go.
We were talking about, dude.
Nice.
Really going back to the roots, dude.
Yeah.
Were you a COD guy growing up?
So no, and the thing is, I think I would have liked it, but I am we want to talk about bad, just the worst player you've ever seen. So it just kind of got I can't even do anything out there. And I think we've talked about this. Gears of War.
Yeah,
I would love to play Gears of War. It's been a while,
dude. They're releasing Gears of War for PlayStation now.
I saw that. Yeah. No, but is it a new game?
I'm pretty sure it's a new game.
Okay.
But I'm sure they're gonna probably have some legacy edition of the older games, maybe that run it back sort of deal. But yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be sick.
I'm all for though, just a remastered Gears 1.
Yeah,
just update the graphics, awesome. Put it on the new system.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
it's been so long since I played that story too.
Yeah. No, and it was even so much fun because that was the first shooting game I ever had. But just literally playing 1-on-1, we did, when we did that for a gaming corner a couple years ago. Were you Gears of War, Zach, or no?
No, but I do remember playing Gears for the first time. That was the first shooting game I ever played, and I was like, this is awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm more of a COD
Gridlock.
guy.
Yeah, dude. The violence.
No,
the
our
bloodshed.
favorite quote that we always used to say is, "I'm rushing boom, kid," because you know the boom right in the middle of Gridlock.
That's awesome.
The boom shot was crazy.
Boom
honestly.
shot was sick, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was one of the rare shooting games I enjoyed. Halo 3 was good.
Halo was good back in the day.
But I still definitely Gears was just. I mean, you couldn't touch it.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I feel like there was something else I was going to ask about this, but maybe not. Honestly, maybe it's just monogamy, NBA.
The monogamy of the NBA, dude. No hockey till tomorrow.
Oh, I guess actually I know what I was going to ask. You know, we do have to talk about hockey because the Rangers, but the Knicks, does it seem like it's a mess with the coaching? They're asking all these guys for permission. Nobody's saying yes. Everyone's talking about like Rick and Dave this morning, like they don't have a plan. I mean, does it seem like it's a mess with the coaching spot, Zach, or what do you think? Like no plan.
I feel like they had to have a plan.
Yeah.
You don't can Tibbs without some sort of a plan. Maybe it's not public, but I believe that they're looking at somebody like a Mike Malone or someone like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
because with all these people saying no, I mean, it seems like the only options realistically would be Malone or everybody's talking about Johnny O'Brien.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where else you go.
Yeah.
But
which one would you rather have?
I like Malone.
Yeah. Just because he's won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows how to get the most out of his players. I don't know, though. I think it's very strange that they didn't give him one more run. I know maybe they wanted to just cut him loose because they were over his coaching style, running guys into the ground, but I don't know. I would have given him one more chance if I was them.
And I guess I don't know if you heard this, but some reports were saying that they were tired, which I don't know if like I didn't really get this sense, but like everyone like with the front office players and stuff, that like he was getting all the credit, like, and I didn't like that. Like that, I don't know if you heard that at all, but I think that's ridiculous.
That's just not true.
Yeah,
that's just not true. If you look at the way that they were covered this year, especially in the playoffs. So,
but yeah, I mean it's going to be interesting, but and just the offseason, what happens. I mean, do you think that they're going to go aggressive after Giannis?
I feel like they said, didn't they say Giannis off the table?
Did they say that?
That's what Rick and Dave were saying today.
This morning?
Yeah. Seems like
maybe
Giannis
because
off the
kids
table.
said no.
Seems like Durant is going to San Antonio, right?
Is that? But I thought there was an NBA Central, like a parody account that posted that yesterday.
Oh, I mean, Rick and Dave were talking about it. Like it.
Maybe they got spooked.
That'd be kind of crazy.
I actually kind of want to just look it up. But somebody posted that in the TCA chat yesterday, but it was NBA Central, which is like NBA Central, like a parody account. I see 6 hours ago, Nick's definitely interested in Kevin Durant trade. So I
maybe
guess
it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Imagine that.
Rick and Dave.
That could have definitely happened. So interesting.
People were fucking assholes with that shit, dude.
Yeah. But also you got to check. You got to double check. Like at this point, we know the people like prefer are out there, just people messing around.
For Matthew Ryan.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
He scores! Captain with the overtime winner! That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So game 4, not till tomorrow. I guess, they didn't want to go heads up with the NBA. But Panthers obviously up 2-1. I just see an article here. Knobloch undecided on the game 4 goalie. And it was funny. Last time we were talking about this, Tony, you were saying, what a good job Skinner done after getting pulled for Picard. And then he gets pulled for Picard again last game. What do you think they do there?
I mean, I don't know. If I were them, if I was not Block, I would go with Skinner.
Yeah.
To be honest, dude.
And then obviously if it gets out of hand early, then, it's the first sign of trouble. Maybe get rid of him. But yeah, obviously he's gotten the majority of the starts. I was surprised that I guess maybe just bad on me here, but that rookie of the year, Lane Hudson, Canadiens. Did you?
Yeah, dude, the defenseman. Yeah. Well, I heard Rick and Dave talking about it.
Yeah, and who was talking about it yesterday?
Oh,
Or actually, no, maybe Tommy was just talking about it actually with JD yesterday. But just with Macklin Celebrini out there, I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Hudson had a tremendous season, as did the Canadiens as a whole. So
63 points for Celebrini, 18 years old. I mean, that's pretty good.
That is kind of crazy. I mean, he, I think, really hit the ground skating, if you will, coming into the league. But I don't know. I mean,
66 points for Hudson, all 60 of them on assists.
That's fucking wild.
Second round pick.
That is wild, dude.
But yeah, that one kind of threw me for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
But the news yesterday, I guess it's not official.
No.
But Kreider going to the Ducks, supposedly retaining the $6.5 million, which I was shocked at. I mean, I didn't think anybody want to do that, but I think the Ducks are in a position. You know, they have Goudreau too, or no? Where did Goudreau go?
Barclay Goudreau?
Yeah.
I don't know where he went. I don't remember.
San Jose. It was San
Jose.
Jose.
It was San Jose. Yeah.
But obviously, we know we traded them Trouba. They have for Toronto. So I think it's a thing where maybe too. I mean, barring somebody, they're going to pay somebody way more than he's worth. That they can't get these type of guys, so that's why they're willing to trade for the salary. I mean, to me, it seems kind of a crazy waste of space. Not to say that Kreider can't offer something, but it's just 6.5 given what we saw out of him last year. So I mean, obviously, I know. I mean, I was right with you. I mean, I was always a Kreider guy, but last year I really developed a distaste for him. I just thought there was no effort there. I mean, you think if this is the case that it's a good move, given that we're off the hook for the salary?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he is old. He's going to be turning 35 this season, I should say. And again, if they're going to, the Rangers are running into a salary cap problem. So if you're getting $6.5 million off the table, I guess it would be good. I don't know what else you're going to get in return.
I mean, even a draft pick, I think is fine, right?
Yeah,
because I mean, he was unplayable. He was getting scratched.
I know he was getting scratched. It really is wild, though.
Yeah, like you hate letting him go, but he really slapped us in the face last year.
Yeah, no, he definitely did, dude. But it's tough. Just I mean, it really is kind of just like one really bad year.
Yeah,
and obviously the timing of it as well. Like it was a bad year for the Rangers,
right?
It just wasn't good timing at all, which is why he is on the table at this point. Yeah, so it should be really interesting to see what happens. And it should be interesting to see. I know pretty sure they still have Strome too, the Ducks. So
wow,
to see Strome,
just a complete reunion.
Toronto, obviously Trouba too. I mean, yeah, and then obviously they have some good young talent too. So I mean, it should be interesting to see where Anaheim ends up, I suppose. But I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to the changes the Rangers are making. I mean, they have to be significant. Changes to the roster if you want to improve this team and even make the playoffs this season. So should be interesting to see, but it is like we were just saying, it's a little sad that we're in this situation.
It's a shame. Too bad you weren't there yesterday. We were talking with JD and Tommy was leading the charge about a topic that me and you always talk about with Shesterkin and like what he's worth to the team, this and that. And Tommy was saying that he would trade him for McDavid, but wouldn't trade him for Draisaitl. And then we were all having a conversation just about the lack of playoff shutouts, but then they were kind of defending him a little bit, saying like the defense hasn't helped him. But my point was that I think he's very good, but I think that he's like maybe and I'm just throwing a number out here, maybe like the 5th best goalie, and he's being paid as the top goalie. So that was just why, if that was even on the table, that I would welcome it. And just the fact too that it's like, I think by giving him that salary, we let other positions be mediocre. And I think as we saw this season, that we need to upgrade in a lot of like other positions.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about just in terms of like how much he's making versus, just how that affects us with the cap and other positions?
Yeah.
His value.
I mean, obviously a big part of it is coming from his salary, you know? And if, like you said, you look at some of the goaltenders that are still playing right now. I mean,
Skinner.
Bobrovsky, Skinner.
Yeah.
Skinner posted good numbers this season. Obviously, we know what Bobrovsky could do, but even go down the line for Dallas, Ottinger absolutely killed it. Connor Hellebuck this year, obviously playoffs, but regular season had better numbers,
Right.
And those are 3-4 tenders right now that kind of performed a little bit better. But I mean, I think there is, if you want to just look at the numbers, I mean, you do have to take into account the lack of defense in front of them. I mean, I remember specifically, several games where we're coming in the next morning. We're like, well, you can't really blame Igor for that one. It's a 2-on-1. It's a stupid turnover in their own zone. There's, some guys coming down middle of the ice, crashing. No one's covering on defense. So I don't know. I mean, I think he definitely got a little bit of the short end of the stick here this season. But I mean, for me to sit here and say he's not worth the money, I think I'd have to see like what he does this season and what the team kind of looks like a little bit. But I mean, it is obviously, like I mentioned before, we just talking about the cap issue with the Rangers. I mean, he's taking up a lot of space. So
yeah, and you know what I was saying too is like I feel like on the whole roster, I mean, is there anybody other than like Perreault that you necessarily feel like attached to that is like we need him? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like talent it seems to be a problem.
Yeah, no, I think like we talked about. I mean, that star power. We don't have that. We don't have that guy. We don't have the Kachuk. We don't have the Austin Matthews. We don't have the McDavid. This year didn't really feel like that. Like Panarin, the hot star, that's cool, but like down the stretch of the season, like who's your go-to guy? Didn't really seem like there was one. We're looking for the battery for my camera. It's charging next door on the outlet. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough. I mean, you got Igor for like 9 more years, 8 years.
So the contract was 8 years, so he'll be
7,
it goes through 32. Yeah,
11.5 per year.
It feels like you're questioning it now.
No. Like I said, I mean, obviously just signed the contract.
Right.
The lack of defense ahead of him, I mean, was a significant issue this year. I mean, you want, I think you can look at this year, $11.5 million, like. That if that is still the case, if he's still, $8.99 or even, I mean, you're looking for like a 9-10 save percentage. You want goals against to be below 3. Like you want some significant numbers. Can't find it. Oh shit! Is anyone in there? No one's in there. Oh shit! What the hell's going on here? Here you can use my fob. Yeah, dog. Yeah. No, sorry, I forgot what I was.
No, about the cap space, the numbers. But I did look it up. So supposedly $8.422 million in cap space, but then you throw Kreider in there if we're not taking anybody back. That would get us up to 14. And then it feels like we're talking about somebody. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think they're going to try to shed a couple guys, right? I mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, totally. I mean, again, it's tough with those contracts. Who is willing to take it? But I mean, some of those bigger guys. I mean, I don't think Vinny T is going anywhere. I really can't see Mika or Panarin going.
But you think no one would want Vinny T, or you think that they don't want to trade Vinny T?
I would maybe say a little bit of both, but I don't think people want to pay Vinny T that much money, to be honest.
But I guess maybe just because it's a long-term contract, you'd have the next 4 seasons. Jeez, that was a long-term deal. Yeah, because I remember that at the time. But it's less than what Kreider's making, but Kreider is only 1 year, so I guess I understand it from that perspective. But like another guy, and again, I don't know if teams would maybe not want to take it, but given his age, maybe. Like, you think somebody would want Adam Fox at 9.5 or not really?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to trade him though. I wouldn't want to get him out. I mean,
but if it was part of a package to get, I guess like an elite goal scorer, would you be in favor of it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, who's the elite goal scorer you had in mind though? I mean,
Draisaitl. But they're not going to break. Tommy was kind of lauding yesterday that they're not going to break up that.
There's no way they would, dude.
Yeah. There could be a beef at some point, but I would imagine.
Between those two, there's no way.
But you don't think maybe they lose the rest of the series, get embarrassed, there would be any chance? They're tight,
At each other, no. I think if anything, they'd be tight at the goaltender.
The goaltender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It is tough. In terms of those big bucks, I don't know. Lafreniere is getting 7.45. JT, obviously, the next few years till 2030, we'll have him.
Yeah, and Miller is fine.
Because the same deal.
I like Miller, right? Or no?
Yeah, no, JT's good. JT's very good, dude. He's that hard-hitting, hard-skating shooter you want. He could be a guy. But again, I mean, it is tough too. I mean, these guys are getting another year older at this point, dude.
Yeah, no, it's true. But yeah, I mean, I guess those would really be the guys. But I mean, 14, and then if you were able to trade, somebody else, then you're opening up, a significant amount of cap space. And I know we've looked this up before, but I just wanted to check again, what the free agent looks like. A free agent pool looks like here. So let's see, Spotrac 2025. Tavares?
Johnny T?
Yeah. You think he wants to stay in Canada?
Yeah, probably.
Also, though, the age too, would you be concerned about that?
Or do you 35? How old is he?
He's gonna be.
He's gonna be 35?
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
What's his contract looking like right now?
11.
Oh. That's a lot.
But then you trade that 9.5 out of Fox. Plus, no, we'd have 14, so that would be all of our cap space.
Basically.
But if he's going to make the same, I don't know if he's older. Maybe he makes a little less. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Muscle memory wouldn't let you sign Marchand?
Brad Marchand?
Yeah. That's probably the type of guy you need, though, right?
Yeah, he's a pesky guy, dude.
Yeah.
He's really good. Obviously, showing up for Florida, he's still scoring goals, man. That would be wild. Never in my life would I have thought that you would see Brad Marchand
or Mitch Marner,
Rangers jersey. Mitch Marner, I feel like he had problems this season
with
Toronto.
Like just with the team?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like remembering things differently because I feel like I remember reading something about how like Toronto fans were pretty tight at him for the way he was acting and the lack of production. You got his numbers in front of you?
I think this should
27 goals, 75 assists this season. Oh no, sorry, that's on the power play. That's so weird that it just popped up like that.
Okay, so
no way.
You can go stats in Sporttrick though. Okay, so
102 points.
Yeah. Wait, I'm showing. Oh, right. 102 points. Yeah, 27-75. I mean,
that's great.
Yeah, those numbers play. I mean, he's under 30. There's not too many of those in the free agent pool, but
that would be nice.
But I mean, I do like the thought of clearing like a decent amount of cap space. So I mean, Kreider, like I said, makes it 14, and then if you are able to trade one of the guys, it would definitely be nice. Who would you rather keep, Fox or Vinny T?
Probably Fox.
Yeah,
I mean, good defensemen go a long way.
Yeah, but you always like talk about this. But is he a true defenseman? Because it seems like when you think about him, you're talking about how usually he could score 10 goals in a year, have 60 plus assists. I mean, do you think he's physical enough on the defensive side?
Physical, yeah, I do think he's physical. I mean, if you look, I can probably pull up the amount of hits he's had. I'm pretty sure he's got well over 100 hits on the year, which, I mean, again, like for a defenseman at this point, it's pretty solid, dude. So, let's see. Here we go. Hockey reference here. 108 block shots, only 40 hits in the year.
A little light.
A little light on the physicality, I suppose. I mean, again, another year down in production. Still managed to get 61 points, though. I mean, the guy does, I guess, he is more of an offensive defenseman, I suppose, in terms of facilitating offense. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, he still is a great defender. I mean, he's one of the better defenders that the Rangers have,
Yeah.
Like getting rid of him, you're gonna have to at that point replace him.
Yeah,
but I don't think you could do that, dude. Will Borgen, I think, proved himself a lot last season.
Yeah, you do. Have
so I don't know. It should be interesting to see what happens. Looks like what we got. Keandre Miller is going to be restricted free agent.
See you later.
Zach Jones. Yeah, I honestly see you later. Both those guys to be honest. Zach Jones is all right, but Miller can go kick rocks.
Yeah. No, it's like how long are you gonna wait for him?
Yeah, dude. You got fucking Ninen for 2 more seasons at $1.5 million.
Bargain?
I would say bargain. Yeah, this is worth to keep around. Braden Schneider, maybe he's gonna be a restricted free agent after this season. I mean, the only thing is he's got some youth to him. He's 23 years old. You can re-sign that guy and develop him some more. It should be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like I wouldn't even. I mean, you do need better defenders at the end of the day, too. Oh my God, it's so tough.
I know. But I just think in general, though, it's the more movement, the better.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough because you're probably going to be losing 4 defensemen to free agency.
Who's
Calvin
Miller.
DeHaan was someone you picked up. Kendrick Miller, Zach Jones, I mentioned, and Matthew Robertson.
But probably a good thing, right? I mean, the defense wasn't exactly the strongest.
Exactly, yeah. But it's just going to be tough because it's like you were talking about using that cap space to get another scorer. You're going to have to get a defense. Like,
what about from Hartford? No.
I don't know. We haven't, like, there weren't guys you were bringing up necessarily, you know? So.
And doesn't it seem, and I know I've mentioned this before, but just with like the drafting and the development, obviously we're all about pro, but that's been a little light too.
Yeah.
Like it's like other teams, they have, who's the guy that's in the conversation for the rookie of the year?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they're
no one
not.
from the Rangers. Exactly. They're not.
Yeah. Drafted them 6 years ago. They're still not ready. You know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I mean, you have to use, I guess maybe you're going to lean on Gabe and Berard and Othman too this season.
But if they're big, I mean, that's going to make a difference. Then you sign that one vet, and then you kind of are a team maybe that's overlooked beginning of the year, kind of the opposite of what we were dealing with coming into the season last year, and things get turned around. Plus, I do feel good about Sullivan, though, honestly. I think he's the right man for the job.
Yes, I do think so too. And you never know if Sidney Crosby's ever wants to come across town.
To me, I could be wrong, but that almost seems as crazy as me. Who knows? Right?
Who knows, dude? Sullivan's a great coach.
Speaking of crazy, 4 comments from Michael Butka.
Oh no,
you want to read them off?
Yeah, sure. Let me let's open up some my YouTube here. 4 comments from Michael Butka here. He says, "Oh man, what a day tomorrow is going to be. Ernie and I in person is about to be unbelievable," he says. And he says, "Tony, you better be ready because I'm going to be talking a lot of smack about the Mets tomorrow. I just got to be careful, Buckter, because you're going to be in Mets country, dude. Like
you could catch a left hook.
You could catch a left hook, no doubt about that. Going forward, let's put the Yankees first in the title instead of the Mets. You mean your fucking dreams, Buckter." Had to deal with my dad yelling when the Mets walked it off last night. I mean, it was an intense win. Definitely like not for nothing, way more exciting game.
Yeah, I mean, lesser opponent, you know, so kind of have to put that into perspective a little bit.
Well, I'm saying in terms of the excitement of the game, I mean, it wasn't like a blowout. Like it was an exciting game to watch. You know,
yeah.
But this wasn't like Eagles Chiefs second half. You're up by 25. You know.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, we could go on forever about that.
Yeah.
But speaking of tomorrow, that is going to be unbelievable.
Unbelievable, dude.
The TCA, Rick and Dave, Publicans, the tailgate, the martinis. The bucket of cookies.
The bucket of cookies. I'm going to have it, dude. I'm so hyped for it.
What
dude.
Section is that in?
It's definitely down in the 100 section.
It's in the 100
we're
section.
talking, I'm pretty sure, because I stumbled upon it, dude. It was a small stand. It's not, like they were advertising this bucket of cookies like it would be at every fucking stand.
There's only one stand in the whole stadium?
As far as I saw it, dude.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure it was somewhere behind home plate.
Okay.
So I'll track it down. I mean, at that point, dude, I was, not exactly so
coherent,
dude. I also took a full lap around the stadium, so it was there's a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, they had to get away from the Soto chirps. Come on, dude. It's funny now. I'm obviously not going to do it tomorrow. All right,
we'll see, dude. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see, dude.
But so that is going to be great. But great show today.
Tremendous.
Obviously, with the game, we'll be off tomorrow, but back at it on Friday, and I'm sure you'll hear from us via the social media platforms tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But we really appreciate everybody today who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in Costume, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy Gaming Corner.
Yep.
Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you on Friday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.